day, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live on BYM TV on your favorite TV show, Talk Is Not Cheap Show Things, with your favorite host, Patience Davou, aka PhD. And with me live in the studio is a very vibrant, able and capable, a youth in the struggle, a charismatic and astute advocate of good governance in Biromland and Plateau State at large. He is no other than welcome back on Things Talk Is Not Cheap show. As I've said earlier, I'm with an important personality with me in the studio, Kimkigo, one of the candidates aspiring for the BYM President 2021-2022. Sir Kimkigo, you're welcome to the studio.
Yeah, thank you so much, President, for giving me this golden opportunity.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Sir Kimkigo, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Alright. Thank you so much, President, for this wonderful opportunity. I goes by the name Victor Kim, aka Kimkigo, the BYM candidate for National President.
Thank you for honoring our invitation to the studio.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. So I want you to tell us a bit about the BYM. What is BYM?
In short, BYM is the Youth Workers Association. And BYM is also a bridging down for the youth. Yes.
Thank you very much for that enlightenment. So I would want to ask you, where do you want to see the BYM and Birom Nation in terms of development in 4 to 5 years if you are elected?
Alright, thank you so much. Just like I said earlier, BYM is bridging down for the youth. First of all, we want to talk about, we'll focus about the economy. Because the economy is the security of every society. So by the time that we are financially independent and youth, then I see us going places. A situation whereby we create jobs for the youth, a situation whereby we come up with a financial institution, e.g. like the macro finance bank where loans be issued out for the youth.
Wow, that's a good one. Thank you. So I want to ask, if you are given the chance to amend the BYM constitution without interference, what would you change?
Well, thank you so much. You have said something that is a big problem for us now today in the BYM. But talking about constitution, there can't be any prosperous association without outlined constitution. So what I will do if the opportunity is given for me to be the president of the BYM, I will immediately make sure that I set up a committee, a amendment committee for the constitution, where they will sit and see how we're going to come up with a viable constitution that will carry everybody along. Through the Congress, we'll come up with a committee where we'll see how we're going to come up with a constitution that will take BYM to higher heights.
So thank you very much. So, if given a chance to be BYM president, what necessary actions and plans will you implement in the BYM?
Honestly, just like I said, we need a lot of things. There has been a lot of challenges. BYM has been going in stages of challenges, which I see us coming back together when this opportunity is given. First of all, I will see how we're going to reconcile the youth. After reconciling them, then we're going to come up with a set objective, which we'll see how we're going to overflow this issue of economy that has been dragging us backward. Let's see how we're going to be financial prudent, see how we're going to be financially independent. Then we're going to talk about education, where we're going to see younger ones growing up with this desire to become BYM member. We want to see a BYM with a very great and strong status quo, where people out there will be trying to see how they want to become part of the BYM. Yes.
That is so encouraging.
Yeah.
So, we'll move to the next question. How necessary is community development and education?
Yeah, I'll still say that community development is a necessity to every society, because we must see what are those basic needs that we need in that community, then we'll focus on them. See how we're going to harness the resources in that very community, see how we're going to bring people together, and begin to see how we're going to join efforts together and bring and build up our community. Talking about growth and development in society, we must talk about education. A situation whereby we see how scholarship is given to our own students. Because as far as we're concerned with the youth, we have several schools here in our community. We have several economic, institutions where we can see how we're going to get our youth included, get our youth involved, and see how we're going to train them. Because you can only be educated before you see what the next challenge is for you.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, what is the beauty of being a leader in BYM land? And what kind of leaders does BYM land deserve?
Well, I don't see it like something that is because being a leader, another way around is being a servant. So I don't see it as something that there's luxury or anything because you must have to be sacrificial about everything. You must have to sacrifice yourself before you serve. You have to go selfless. You have to see the reason. You have to go with the people. What actually the people want. The interest of the people is what you are there to represent. So it's not all about being enjoyment. It's not all about. It's all about the people. So as far as you're there because of the people, you must sit down with the people, interact with them, know actually what they want. What are those problems that they have before jumping into the steps that you need to take.
Yeah, thank you. So, you are saying that the kind of leaders that BYM deserve is a leader
It's all
that's
about- It's
sacrificial
all about sacrifice
and
because
serving the
yes,
people.
falling back to the bureau as a nation, we have suffered a lot of attacks, a lot of setbacks, invaders, marauders, and those persons. So being a leader in the homeland, you must have to know what actually the problem is before you declaring an interest to serve as a leader. Knowing yourself that you have all that it takes that you can serve and what you have to carry the capacity that you have to carry everybody along. Because it's all about the people. It's not all about you alone, it's about the people carrying everyone along.
It's not about the position.
The
or
position,
what
not the
you
people,
do.
but yeah, what
Yeah.
you do.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So, I want to ask, what is your idea of political scenario in the BYM land?
To me, I don't look at it as something that we should be, bragging on. But I see us not willing to be subjective, to the politics of the day. And I would say it's because we lack understanding the times. Because today, if you look at Plateau State and you look at the nation, you discover that up to now, there's a nation are still practicing one party system in the sense that you don't want to believe, you don't want to understand the times. And just like I said, parties are just mere platforms. But what we're just trying to say is that we would love to, create, an orientation where we should understand that parties are just mere platform, a means for us to get closer to the government of the day. That you must be very closer to the government before you get the dividends of the government. If you don't get close to the government, you will not get the dividends of the government. So what I see, and I see as a bigger challenge to the denomination, is they need to be flexible. They need to understand that parties are just platform or a means of getting closer to the government. That is to say, we must understand the times, we must understand the hands of time, we must understand that every government that comes must have to be very close to the government. We can even divide ourselves. You go to the other party, you go to the other party, you go to the other party. So that at the end of the day, when the government, the party that the government of the day emerges, you are there somehow other in the party. So when we all left the ruling party and we, assembled in the opposition, now have tracked us backward that today I can see the nomination not getting the evidence of democracy as it is expected because of, they have all assembled themselves in opposition, and at the end of the day, you can see how it stands.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful explanation. So, I would want to ask you, would you change the way a new BYM president is elected? How and why?
Please, can you come again?
I said, I'll repeat, would you change the way a new BYM president is elected? How and why?
Well, I will still fall back to the Constitution because the Constitution is there. Let me make reference to 2013 Constitution of the BYM, which by the grace of God, if I'm given opportunity, if I'm elected as a BYM president, I will make sure that Constitution is good and that Constitution is very suitable. A situation whereby there's tenure of leadership, there's tenure of office in that Constitution. It captures everything from the beginning and the end. And in that same Constitution, there's a place, there's a particular place captured that you cannot serve that association more than 6 years. If you have served 1, 3 years, the second time 3 years, you back out and go and give other people a chance. So, just like I said earlier, BYM will remain formidable and strong when we review our constitution and make it stronger. A situation whereby allows smooth transition to take place. A situation whereby another government will come in without any hitch, without any bias, without any sideline.
Okay, thank you very much. So, I want to ask, who is eligible to vote? How can they vote? And how can they defend their votes?
All right, that's very, very wonderful. You will recall that some few days ago there was an elections exercise where all the graduates from the ages of 16 and above, from the ages of 16 to 47, they are the eligible voters. And after the revalidation exercise, forms were issued out for eligible voters. They registered and they returned the forms back to the National Secretariat of BYM for signing. And those forms will now be returned back, those cards will be returned back to eligible voters, which are going to use as criteria for the voting. So, voting and protecting your vote is when you get to the voting point, to the election centers, to ensure that you conduct yourself very well in a good manner. Make sure that you join the queue, wait for your turn to vote, and make sure that you go through the ballot and go for the leaders of your choice. Make sure that you go through and you see all the candidates, you vote the candidate of your choice. Make sure that you cast your vote very well without making mistake. Then you make sure that you wait until the candidate of your choice, have been announced.
Thank you for educating us on that. So, and lastly, I want to ask, how would you feel or what will you do if you lose the forthcoming election? And what will be your channel? What will you channel your energy to?
Thank you so much. You see, winning election has always been the dreams of everybody that's preparing for. So, in that, I know it's not a do or die effort. And I should know that as I'm going into that contest, it's not only me that is going to that contest. Other people are going to. And I want to believe it's all effort. It's all an effort. It's right. Every perspective wants to contribute his own part to serve the land, of which I believe I'm one of them. So, that doesn't mean if I lose this election, it's a do or die, but I'm still a youth, and I will make sure that I join, forces with whosoever that they match, so that we see how we're going to put our heads together and see how we're going to take the land to higher heights.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So it has been an interesting interaction with the aspiring candidate for the president of BYM 2021-2022 election. Thank you very much for enlightening us in this wonderful session.
Honestly, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
It has been an interesting one. Thank you for honoring our
Thank you
invitation.
so much. Thank you so much.
And we hope to see more of you, and we wish you the best of luck in the forthcoming election.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you.
when is the election?
By the grace of God, the election is slated for this December 18. December 18, and the election is going to take place in the 4 local government governments, and the outcome, just like the stipulated in their side, in their notification about the election, like in the 4 local government, in each local government, all the districts that are from that local government are going to convert to one collection center and cast their votes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I would want you to, what advice will you give to the young prospective youths of your land
Thank you so
in
much.
regards to BYM?
Yes, just like I said earlier, BYM, Youth Molders Association, is a breeding ground, viable breeding ground for Bureau youth. And on this note, we are calling on Bureau youth to see the need, they can come and join the BYM. That is where we discuss issues of public importance, particularly issues that are going to take the land to higher heights. We are calling on youth to come so that we will join forces together, so that we will sit down and deliberate, so that we will align the challenges that we have, so that we will now provide solutions to solving them. So BYM is calling for all the youth, regardless of their status in the society, to come together and see how we're going to move this God-given land to higher heights.
Wow, thank you very, very much, Sir Kimkigo, for this wonderful session. We really appreciate your presence. Okay, viewers, we have come to the end of Things Talk is Not Cheap show. It has been a wonderful session with Sir Kimkigo, the aspiring presidential candidate of BYM. So, don't forget to watch, like, share, and subscribe. See you next week.